Welcome back to Glendale Today. We've heard from two successful Glendale small businesses today, La Perla and the Hop Stop Diner. Now that you've gotten an idea of what it's like to own a business in Glendale, I'd like to introduce Brian Friedman, Glendale's Community and Economic Development Executive Director. If you're considering a business in Glendale, he will be able to answer some of your questions. Welcome, Brian.
Thank you, Councilmember.
Brian, we want to make it easy for anyone interested to be able to start a business in Glendale. What department would be the first point of contact for someone thinking about opening a business?
Absolutely, Councilmember. That is very fortunately our department.
Good.
So the Community and Economic Development Department, specifically the Economic Development Division, is responsible for helping anyone interested in starting a business in Glendale.
Okay.
So that's where our calling is. We're sort of the welcome wagon. We hopefully are the first stop for anyone considering opening a business. Mm-hmm. We are glad to facilitate them with looking for space that suits their needs, mm-hmm. whether it's retail or office or industrial. You know, we can help them look for properties, set them in the right direction, mm-hmm. and help them through the process and sort of be their one-stop shop and their ombudsman to get them through the
Sure.
permit process.
Okay. Every business in Glendale is required to be properly licensed prior to starting the business. Could you talk about that?
Absolutely. It's our pleasure to really work with businesses that want to locate in Glendale. Mm-hmm. That's how successful cities grow, is by helping businesses and entrepreneurs establish shop in our city. Mm-hmm. The licensing process starts through the finance department and the tax and license division. Okay. You can go to the website. Anyone interested in starting a business can look at the website. We of course prefer the personal contact, where they would contact us and we'll help them personally through that process. But if they're looking to do that, they can check the tax and license website, and on that website there is directions about how to go about the process of applying for a business license in the city of Glendale. Okay. And it's really a complicated process in terms of the actual application. The mm-hmm. material that is there is just a couple pages long, but when you have someone to actually help you through that, we can help you in a matter of just moments. We can get you through the application. We can talk you through different locations. Mm-hmm. We can get you through the application process and the payment component part, and then really analyze your specific type of business. If, for example, if you're looking to go into a shop that's an existing tenant space that the zoning is already established for, mm-hmm. and that license and application process would certify that for you. And then if you don't need any tenant improvements to the building and you don't need to change the plumbing or the walls or add
Sure.
any square footage to the building, we really can get you in business very quickly in Glendale. And that's what we like to do. Two things. One, help you personally get through it. And two, time is money. And when we can help you get into business quicker, it's good for the proprietor, it's good for Glendale. No one is hurt by it, and it's something that we've excelled at for a long time, and we're constantly trying to do better, to establish protocols and programs that facilitate that exact thing, and that's getting folks in business quickly in Glendale and helping them do so.
That's great. Andrea talked about her good experience with the Development Service Center. And anyone planning to open a business or expand their existing business would want to contact them as well. What services are offered there?
Well, Councilmember, that's music to our ears. That's exactly what we want to hear, is that someone finds the process easy and appreciates the fluidity of the process in order to get in business quickly. Okay. So the process up on the second floor is there are several department services located all on the second floor, all in a one-stop shop called Development Services Center. Uh-huh. And in that shop we have economic development's part of that on the second floor. We have the planning department, which helps with zoning, use permits, yes. preliminary plats, etc. Uh-huh. We have the building department, which does your plan reviews and your mm-hmm. inspections and actually comes out and works with you on the site as you're building a building or doing a tenant improvement. Mm-hmm. And these three entities really work seamlessly together to get folks in business quickly.
Great, great. What other services does the city offer to potential business owners?
Sure. We are fortunate to have great relationships with all of our partners in the city level and the various departments within the city, which is super important mm-hmm. Because when you have all of the departments working soundly together, the actual process and the signature process to get a business in business is fluid. It's a felt experience internally, and it resonates to the external partner.
Okay.
We have that same approach and philosophy to the external market as well. So we work with, for example, Janice Washington at the Small Business Development Center. She's the state director. We've worked with her for many, many years and her talented team. We are able to just call her up, get an interview set immediately for folks looking for training or information about the Small Business Development Center and the services they offer. Our own library system also hosts some pretty great seminars in a business form, monthly or bi-monthly. They do a great job at the main library with that. And then we also host at the main library SCORE, which is the retired executives that are really looking to give back and to help folks that are looking to get into business, talk to them about what it's like to run a business and the accounting component parts of it, and the things that are, experienced folks could really help with those that are looking to be a sole proprietor. And so there's really a mix of federal, state, and local services that we provide, and we just hope that EconDev has the opportunity in the city of Glendale to really facilitate those looking to start businesses and leverage our great relationships with our partners across the state to get folks in business in Glendale.
Great, great. If a business is offering goods or services that the city uses, how do they go about submitting a bid or getting a contract with the city?
Sure. We have a list that folks that are interested in doing that can get on a vendor list with the City of Glendale. That's available at the website. That also is run by our finance department out of the procurement department. And so there's a list of how you get on the vendors list and upcoming opportunities. I suggest that folks that might be interested in getting city contracts look into getting on that list and talking to staff and kind of figuring out what might be upcoming in the CIP programs where the city houses the majority of its capital projects, as well as some of the smaller procurement processes we do with things such as engineering and transportation, et cetera.
Okay.
Councilmember, if I may also add, there is another opportunity, not within the city of Glendale, but with one of our partners. We worked with Ms. Washington from the SBDC to establish a PTAC operation, which is the Federal Procurement Trade Center. And there are over 250 businesses housed out of Glendale Community College that are interested in working through that federal program where federal dollars are sought for Glendale companies. 250 companies is a lot of companies. That's another certainly fantastic federal organization headquartered out of the city of Glendale at Glendale Community College that really can be utilized so that Glendale businesses can obtain federal contracts. And that business or that operation in Glendale Community College exists solely to help Arizona businesses, local businesses like Glendale businesses, secure federal contracts. And 250 companies presently being assisted is a pretty large number. And so I would suggest that besides our vendor list, the things that the city can do, I would suggest contacting the PTAC office at Glendale Community College as well.
Okay. And what else is new in the Economic Development Department?
Councilmember, we're fortunate to have had a fantastic team and a greater development team with all of the 10 or 11 sister departments that issue permits and sign off on permits from the fire marshal's office to water, sewer, sanitation, transportation. We're the clearinghouse for all of those various sister departments that really all contribute to development in the city of Glendale. Cities that grow and prosper do very, very well. And Glendale has been doing that even in the downturn. We have welcomed over 100 businesses, 10,000 jobs, and we've done so unified together, working towards that approach of being a seamless set of protocols and in the end to welcome a business.
That's great.
And that's certainly what we're trying to do, and would welcome the opportunity if anyone that is listening to do that.
Thanks. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I want to thank all my guests today, Sylvia Pompa Chavez, Joanne Sandhagen, Andrea Shobi, and Brian Friedman. I also want to thank the entire business community in Glendale for all they do. I'm Councilmember Norma Alvarez. Thank you very much for watching Glendale Today.